Okay, welcome back to our live stream. We had some difficulties. Jetzt haben wir null Zuschauer gerade. Vielleicht müssen wir nochmal irgendwie bei Instagram draußen einen neuen Link oder so.
Nee, taucht ja auf.
Taucht auf,
Ist
ja.
generell noch gar nichts da. Ich muss erstmal zu hier meine Videos. Deswegen ist konnte ich nicht laufen lassen.
Nee, genau.
Das ist ja auch praktisch. Ich gehe jetzt mal auf den Shares-Account, da will er vielleicht nicht so
Welcome back. We have one viewer. We had some technical difficulties with the streaming setup, but now we're back here and we will just wait some more minutes. Okay, now people coming in. Welcome back to our live stream from the Puzzathon in Trier. And we are at we're past the 8 hour mark, so a little bit less than 2 hours remaining, and now we will have the live stream until the end, and we will check on the teams, and there are teams working on the last puzzle, and we will check that in just a second. So here you see the front tables, and we will start going around in 7 minutes, so quarter to 6. So, welcome back to our live stream. We're almost at quarter to six. So, we have 105 minutes left to puzzle, and currently we see the team how to lose a piece in 10 hours, and they're working on the last puzzle from this competition. So we see here SpongeBob Schwammkopf puzzle from Schmidt, and at 1000 pieces. And yeah, how to lose a piece in 10 hours is in front. And we see here that they work on the border, and the border is tricky because most part of that is bluish. Just let us take a look at this puzzle in detail. So the border is always bluish, and so shape sorting is there also a factor for the border. And they are in the front, I think. And now we take a look at the second team, or I think the Rainbow Puzzles are in second place. They skipped the Orient, the carpet market puzzle at some point. Now they have done the SpongeBob puzzle, and now they have to do the carpet market puzzle. And you see here Kati working on the big green section of the puzzle, and now taking a break. And they are on here, and we see here sorting is in place for the merchant with the wardrobe, and also some part of the border is also assembled here, and that is looking good. They're slightly ahead of um, how to lose a couple in how to lose a piece in 10 hours count wise, but I think SpongeBob is the faster puzzle overall, and they also have done some of it. We see it here in the right corner that the face of SpongeBob is already assembled with the pineapple on top, with the orange pineapple, we see that. And the other colorful parts of the puzzle are also done, or is also done, and they're working their way through it. And you wrote in the comments that you preferred portrait, landscape mode, and not portrait. So we had to change. So we had to change the live stream, and therefore we had to create another one. Um, so now we are on a different live stream than planned. So sorry for that. Okay. And now we're looking at the Solvers of Chaos, which are in third place, tackling the Frida Kahlo puzzle. And now they're working on the tricky black part. Let me check if I can grab somewhere the puzzle. So maybe we can take a look here at the puzzle again. So for you, and they're working on the monkey or ape and the black cat, and they have to do that. Almost every other parts are done. Some greenish parts are left, but they're doing really great. So they should be in third place, and we see here they are closing in on that. And then we come, and they don't skip the puzzle, and then we come to the passionate puzzle part, and they also on working on the Frida Kahlo image, and they also didn't skip the puzzle. So, but they are um, just a tiny bit behind the third place, the Servers of Chaos. But I think it's maybe 200 pieces or so. They are behind the Servers of Chaos. And we are here at the table. There we have also the team Unicorn and Friends with Annemie, Patrick, and also Emilia, and they're working also on the KS Games Frida Kahlo image, but they skipped the puzzle. They skipped the Lavender Muse from Cherry Patty. We've seen a lot in the second live stream, and they skipped that, so they're behind that. And on the opposite side, or I think they already shape sorted here on trays the darker parts, or started with shape sorting. And no, sorry, and they're just finished that puzzle. On the other hand, it's quite nice. We just have to turn around. There's another team, the Namenlosen or the Nameless, which are also working on the Frida Kahlo image, and they also skipped the puzzle, I think, and it was the Lavender Muse. Yeah, and it was the Lavender Muse. I wanted to just to be sure that they skipped that, and I think they are pretty close, so we can't tell who is fifth and who is sixth place. So that will be challenging to tell here who's taking the lead here. And from here on, we will continue just to check on the other team and how they're doing. So here we see the Garrett Tunes puzzle, beautiful puzzle with all the instruments and the guitars, etc. But with the tricky blue background, so that is a challenge. Almost every other pieces or sections are assembled. There are some brownish pieces left here for this team, but they will are doing great and will finish that soon. And now we will continue to the team 3 Dutch newbies, and for newbies they're doing really great. They doing in the KS games carpet market, and here we see a good progress. The main carpet, or the biggest carpet there on the wall, is almost finished. A lot of the merchants in the bottom are also assembled and in place, and now they have to work on the building structure, and also some pieces in the bottom is left, so some of the carpets on the bottom is missing, and they have to assemble that, but they will go through that quickly, I think. And here we have Speedy Puzzathon, and they finished the Thomas Kincaid puzzle, I think. Yeah, they finished a 500 piece Thomas Kincaid and working now on the garage tunes. And here we see that the guitars are in place and also the trumpet is in place, the flowers are in place, and they're doing really great and having here on the bottom just a lot of brownish pieces from I think the big instrument in the right corner and or on the right side, and then the bluish background they have to assemble, but they really doing great here. And I think we can go back, just see a finish.
Du kannst das ziemlich einfach
Ach
zusammenklicken,
so,
wenn du magst.
und danke. So here we will see a finish soon. Solvers of Chaos, and then they will tackle the remaining puzzle SpongeBob Trump Cup. Maybe 30 pieces left. Also, and before they finish, maybe we just take a look how the rainbow puzzles are doing. And we see here the border is almost done, and also big part of the carpet is done, and they're doing really great. Before the finish comes in, we will just check on how to lose a piece in 10 hours, and we see here now that the main section with SpongeBob is completed, and also the colorful rainbow, I would say, also is done for most of the parts for both sides. The pineapple is done on top of SpongeBob on the head, and they also have sections here of the top of the bottom left corner and sliding in more of the colorful sections, and after that they will tackle the bluish surrounding. They have to do that at the finish. Souls of Chaos will take some time because the black parts are really tricky. We will take that opportunity just to check on the London Puzzlers and Associates, and they are doing really great the whole day. And they are also on the Cars Market game. But they didn't skip the Lavender Muse, they skipped the Cherry Patsy Flower Deer. So one of the first puzzles they skipped. And after Frida Kahlo and then SpongeBob Trump Cop, they have to tackle then the Flower Deer. And I am confident that they will achieve the last puzzle of all of the 12 puzzles that every team has to assemble. And the cool thing today is that they can keep every puzzle and then just check who just take which puzzle home. And now we're going to the finish here, and from puzzle solvers of chaos, last puzzle pieces are in and done. Taking a picture, and now they are on to their last puzzle. So just folding everything in. And now the flipping begins and the sorting begins. and they are on for their last puzzle. So, doing really great here on that puzzle. Okay. And here we have the next finish coming in with the nameless. They will finish with Frida Kahlo, but they have to tackle the Lavender Muse puzzle later on because they skipped that one. And just in comparison, so I think they are in fifth place. And then after that, here we have the Unicorn and Friends enemies team working on Frida Kahlo, but I think that the nameless are in front with, I would say, with in the lead with 30 to 50 pieces or so, and we will just see that puzzle. And we see here also the timer for that puzzle in the right top corner, and it's saying 1 hour and 8 minutes. Maybe they will get a finish under 70 minutes, and I think they can manage so for the last 25 to 30 pieces. They have one big section left. Here at the bottom there are also two pieces left on the table. So maybe they won't be able to get the finish in under 70 minutes for this puzzle. The timer, they have 1 minute for doing so from now, so maybe they will have, will not manage that, but we will just see that here. 15 to 20 pieces left. Last 10 pieces before change. Filling in here and here. Shape sorting is key. We've seen that a lot for the Frida Kahlo puzzle, and here also taking picture is prepared. So and they are done. Really, really doing great here. And now the second last puzzle they have to tackle is SpongeBob, and after that they have to tackle the Lavender Muse. And now they open the bag and then the sorting begins. And now we will just go to the front. And looking from the front how the other teams are doing. So
Dinner is ready in the bistro. If you have booked the dinner, you may go to the restaurant. And we have 90 minutes left. Go, go, go.
Michelle just announced that 90 minutes are left. So now the sprint from the marathon is starting. So now we go in to see. And I think we will see some teams will finish all of the puzzles. And here we have Ryan Withers puzzlers with the beautiful Thomas Kincaid 500 piece puzzles. So we have two 500 piece puzzles in this competition. And that is the second one. And I think it's relaxing when you do then after a couple of thousand piece puzzles, a 500 piece puzzle, and yeah, we have here a cabin at the sea, at a lake. So it's called Lakeside Splendor by Thomas Kincaid, and they doing really great and looking good. Here we have team puzzle, also checking on them, and they are tackling the flower deer and have that I think are 60 to 70% done, and they will finish that puzzle definitely in the remaining 90 minutes. And here we have, well, we're seeing another team who's starting and another puzzle, and it's the the timeless treasures. So the cupboard in the kitchen with all the plates and fruits, and with a bluish back wall from the cupboard, and they just started that, and we see sorting is doing good, and also that some of the border sections are assembled. We just turn around and then we see here the same puzzle, but now from a little bit ahead with all of the puzzles finished, of the shelves finished, sorry. Um, and we see also that here that the fruit bowls are assembled with all of the fruits, and also the flowers in the vase are also done, and now they are tackling some of the leftover plates. We can see that here. So they tackling that, and they also have to do the background of this cupboard. And here we see also the timeless pieces, timeless treasures puzzle. And I think both teams are comparable from the progress made yet. I didn't know if they skipped the puzzle, so maybe one of them skipped a puzzle or maybe not. So maybe they're comparable. I can't tell. And here we see another team working on the carpet market puzzle from KS Games. You see the green is sorted out for the wardrobe, and also the big section in the middle from the main carpet on the wall, and but also some of the border is assembled, and they're doing really well having that sorted. Here we see another team working on the Timeless Treasures puzzle. They completed the border and now they're working their way through the shelves. But they finished also some of the fruits, some of the flowers, so doing really well here and having that done. And here we have Team Spillfabrik and they're working with their strategy, and every time they have a new puzzle they have 5 boards in place, and everybody has his own tray where they're working on, and then they have in the middle they have a tray where they can put puzzle pieces or sort them and then give to the other persons who's working on some of the sections. And we see here the main carpet in the top right is done, and also the merchant from the puzzle who is wearing the green wardrobe is also done. And we see also that some of the side is also done and complete. So we good progress here by Spillfabrik. Coming to Deluxe Puzzlers, and here they working on the Garrett Tunes puzzle. So that is one of the later puzzles. So they had also done the Thomas Kincaid 500 piece puzzle, and they're doing really great here. And they just started to sort out and having the piece, the border pieces, and most of the border is in somewhat assembled. And also they're working on some of the instruments and having the first parts of one of the guitars in place. And here we're checking on another team working on the carpet market puzzle, and they work on that and they're doing good progress here. On the bottom we see that they have done the green section of the big carpet on the wall, but they have also done the border complete. And what they have also done are some of the merchants are done, or sellers or buyers from the market, and other sections are also on its way. And that's so far from here. Then we have London Puzzlers and Associates tackling the Frida Kahlo image from KS Games. They have completed the Frida Kahlo, but some of his or hers hair is missing, and also some of the white part from the shirt with all of the small wooden parts they're working on, and of course they will work on the cat and the monkey, so the darker parts and some of the greenish parts they have to assemble also. Now we come to our leaders. Here we see how to lose a piece in 10 hours, working on this 1000 piece SpongeBob puzzle. So, and they have completed SpongeBob and most of the colorful sections, or most part of that, and now working on the surrounding blue areas. And also the other colorful areas in the blue sections, and they are written here. And maybe the lead, but maybe also the rainbow puzzlers. So they changed seats here, and they're also doing really great here. We see the border is done. We see the big carpet on the wall is done. We see the sellers and buyers are almost done. And in the left bottom corner, we see that the colorful carpets are mostly done. And when I see it correctly, they already shape sorted the building structure. So the darker parts of that, and that is pretty good to have that piece sorted so they can assemble then the difficult part than here. So it's a close run between rainbow puzzlers and also here how to lose a piece in 10 hours. But I think how to lose a piece in 10 hours is slightly ahead of rainbow puzzlers. And I think this image is not so tricky as the carpet market building section, which is tricky, which we have seen from other teams in the competition so far. And here we have our third place. Solvers of Chaos. They are on third place. They started this SpongeBob image and sorting out. They have assembled the pineapple. You can see that here there is a pineapple, and also on the left we see that the face of SpongeBob is assembled, and a lot of sorting is going on with the colorful rainbow or around that, or the colorful lanes around that. We see that is worked on here. Yeah, we see that there is working on there, and yeah, that is for them. And then we go to the passionate puzzle pods, who also started the SpongeBob puzzle, and they are 4 minutes in. They are 4 minutes in with this puzzle. A lot of sorting is going on. Flipping is done, and now they work on sorting and then working on the different sections. And, and then we come to our other leaders here on maybe on the fifth place. We have the Namenslosen also working on the SpongeBob puzzle, but they have to do one puzzle. I think they skipped one, and it was the Lavender Muse. And then we have here Unicorns and Friends also working on the SpongeBob puzzle, and the unicorns are watching, and we have to present the unicorns, of course. Yeah. So Anime brought some support here. Oh, thank you. And here we see all the mascots watching what they are doing here, but they skipped the puzzle. I don't know which. I think. Oh no, it's they skipped the lavender abuse. We see that here that it's sealed, so they skipped also the lavender abuse puzzle. And here we see another team started with a Frida Kahlo image. They are almost 13 minutes in. We see that on their personal timer for this puzzle. And some of these um, sections are done, like here in some of the hair, I think, with the butterflies in the hair. Here we have Speedy Puzzalas, who are going to finish this puzzle soon. The garage tunes, and they have maybe 100 pieces left or so. Mostly the bluish background, so that is here. And we just see here, I'm EJJ team, that they finished one puzzle and now starting the SpongeBob puzzle. And they also skipped the Lavender Muse puzzle. After finishing the SpongeBob puzzle in the remaining time, they have to tackle the Lavender Muse then at the end. EJJ doing really great here. So here we have the Crazy Cat, and Crazy Cat, they working on the garage tunes, and we see here that they're doing great progress. The instruments are almost finished, and we see some darker brownish pieces left, and but mostly it's the bluish turquoise background, which is left to do to assemble. But the Crazy Cats are doing really great progress. And here we see Carpet Market from KS Games. Here I think they don't have skipped a puzzle yet. This team, no, I don't see anything skipped here. Or maybe the Flower Deer. They're doing great after that. They will tackle the Thomas Kincaid 500 piece puzzle, and they are working on this carpet market really great. The sellers and buyers are almost done. Then we have the big carpet is done, and now they tackle the ceiling of the building and also the building sections on the top right corner, and some other pieces or sections are missing yet, but they will finish this puzzle soon. And here we have Team Pomidor with two puzzles taking a break, so only two are remaining here. I think, yeah, two of them. No, the third one comes in, and they will start on Frida Kahlo. Yeah, but yeah, getting refueled, take a drink or eat something or going to the restroom is key here. Just to have energy to assemble the puzzles, and we are almost 9 hours in, so in 8 minutes the last hour of this 10-hour marathon is going to happen. And here we see another team facing the carpet market puzzle, and you can see here the green wardrobe from one of the merchants or seller buyer, whatever, is done. And in the top right hand corner, we can see that the greenish part of the wall carpet is almost done. And here we see some of the darker building sections is already done and assembled, and we see that a lot of the border pieces are assembled but not connected fully yet, but that will come soon. And now we come here to this team which is working or who are working on timeless treasures. We see the border is almost done, completed, and we see that some of the fruit bowls are done and ready, and yeah, they're working their way through it. And we see here also that some of the shelf sections, the wooden shelf sections, are done, and they're working on that. Okay. So and then now let us take a look at our front runners again, how they are doing. Oh, no problem. So here we see that Rainbow Puzzles are doing really great progress here on that. Having left the building structures, the darker pieces of the building, everything else is done so far. I can see that. But let us switch to here to how to lose a piece in 10 hours, and they are doing really great. And I think they're in the lead, but only by maybe 50 pieces or so. So it's a close race here. No problem. And I think they got a new puzzle, so it won't be the last puzzle. So it's a puzzle they haven't seen long, and there will be another KS Games puzzle, and we will see that in a bit. And then, so there's another puzzle they can tackle, but now they're filling in the last pieces. And done. Congratulations. And here we have the mystery and 13th puzzle KS game. And that is the extra puzzle. Ooh. Some puzzles got on the floor. Okay, map. So it's another KS Games puzzle. I just go around, have a look on that puzzle so that we can see it here. So it's another KS Games puzzle, and it's an abstract puzzle, I would say. It's a pot with some flowers coming up, but it's more abstract, and but you can really distinguish the bottom part with the red colors, and then you have the yellow pot, and then also the yellow flower, but the blue flower you can distinguish good. Then there is an uh, orange flower, maybe that's a better angle to get to see this picture, and there is this red flower. So I think this puzzle is good to sort, except for the background. The background is going to be really hard, so it's all dark, black with yellow lines. So that will be a challenge, but the other sections of the puzzle can distinguish really well. And with that finish, we coming to Rainbow Puzzlers, and Rainbow Puzzlers will finish soon. But before we going here, maybe we take a look at Solvers of Chaos, who are in third place and doing good. And we see the main section of SpongeBob and the surrounding lanes, or most part of that, are done. And some part of the border here is done also, but not so many parts of the border is done yet, and also the blue background isn't done yet. Coming to the passionate puzzle parts, also tackling this puzzle 17 minutes in here for that puzzle, and we see also the pineapple is done here in the bottom, and we see that the face of SpongeBob is almost completed, and we see some work on the border, on the borders. That is good. Here, looking good, and it's interesting to see if they can tackle the third place. But now coming back to the finish of the Rainbow Puzzlers, here at the carpet market. And we are at, in some time, we are at the hour mark. So we have 1 hour and some seconds left for the puzzle. And yeah, we're going into the 10th hour of puzzling here today in Trier. And you see how tough these darker sections of the building from the carpet market puzzle is. Maybe we just can switch the camera just some minutes in. Here we can see just the sorting and how they can sort everything. And yeah, they taking here the bluish part of the flower, of the blue flower, and then the green flowers, etc. from that puzzle. Just let me check if I can grab a puzzle just for getting details, to see details. So that is the extra puzzle. It's Yaoi Kusama Flowers. So the artist is Yaoi Kusama, and it's from KS Games. And yeah, you can see it, that the flowers are really good, distinguishable, but it's a very abstract puzzle. And the background with all the yellow lines on the black background will be the challenge here, but also the vase is hard because it's almost looking everything the same. You have the center here, which have bigger circles, so that can be sorted out well. But the other tiny spots are harder to sort and assemble them, but hard to lose a piece in 10 hours will manage that puzzle. And if they finish this puzzle, they have to start over again, and then they will start with the Nitty Cat from Cherry Patsy again. And now coming back to the finish of Rainbow Puzzlers. Maybe 10 pieces left, 10 to 15 pieces left for this puzzle here. And they are done. And they have also done all of the puzzles, or all of the puzzles, which not the extra puzzles, so that was brought later in. So now they now they're talking about the strategy, and they will distinguish the color, sort out the colors, and they put wanted to put not the top of that and have that. Okay, just take a look on our third place here, and just a quick glance before we go to the other tables. And here, here, more border is done here at this table, but overall, I think solvers of chaos are in locking in place as a third place. Okay, and now we're going just to the front row and just looking what the other teams are doing and how they are doing. So I had just to take a drink, sip of water. So here we have the Nine Visas puzzle, the tackling on the Garage Tunes puzzle from Cherry Patsy, 1,000 pieces, and I think they just started because they have done the flipping and a first sorting, and now assembling some of the flowers here in the left corner, and also some of the instruments they are working on. And we have here Team Puzzle, which has finished the Flower Deer puzzle from Cherry Patsy, and now they will tackle on the for the last hour they choose to have the Schmidt Lighthouse Bay puzzle. So I think they skipped one puzzle. Maybe it could be have been the Lavender Muse puzzle. And here we take a look at some other teams working on the Timeless Treasures puzzle, and we see here that the border is done, some of the utilities like the spoons and forks are done, some of the fruit bowls are done, and some of the plates. They started to work on that, and also the flowers. They completed some of the flower parts here in this puzzle. So we're doing good here. On the other side, we see a team just tackling the Orient puzzle carpet market, and they just started to flip everything here. So we have here this team, and it's the team Die Teilchenbeschleuniger, so puzzle accelerators who are working on the carpet market puzzle. And here we have also a team started on the carpet market some minutes ago, just in, and here we have Fachverband Potsdam. So Fachverband Potsdam doing a great job here so far, and we are 9 hours in, and now they working on the KS puzzle here, we see that the green big section of the carpet is done, and also other parts are done, like the greenish wardrobe from one of the merchants, and also other merchants are assembled. The border looking good, not fully assembled yet, but doing good process there. And here we have another team that is working on this beautiful Thomas Kincaid 500 piece Schmidt puzzle called um, the Lakeside Splendor. And just to look up the name of this puzzle, of this team, so it's piece for piece, tile for tile, and they're working on the 500 piece puzzle, and we see big parts of the border is done, and we see um, the border is done here, and also there the border of the sky, and also some part of the sky are done. And we see on the top right that also some of the lake is already finished, and they're working here on the top. On the bottom they're working on some smaller sections like bushes, etc., which are displayed on this puzzle. And oh, sorry. And here we have another team working on the carpet market puzzle. So it's spill fabric, and they are working on that and have finished that soon. And here we have the Lux puzzlers working on the Garage Tunes puzzle. Doing good, having done most of the instruments, so the guitars, for example, and also we see that some of the flower parts are done and collected, and that's looking really, really good. And now we're turning the cameras onto the Northern Lights, or the Nordlichter, working on the carpet market, having the big carpet almost done. The sellers and buyers of the market are also assembled, and now they have to tackle this difficult building. And we skipped one team, the Neckar puzzlers, and they are working on the Timeless Treasures puzzle, and having done the I think 80% of the puzzle, and having done the fruit bowls, etc., and doing a really great job here with this puzzle, and having left the background from this cupboard and some pieces left from some of the plates of this puzzle. So that is here. And that was the first half of the teams. And now we're coming to the London Puzzlers and Associates, and they are working on the SpongeBob image. And if they can manage to do that in the remaining time, they skipped the flower deer puzzle, so then they have to tackle that puzzle. And they just started this puzzle some minutes ago, so sorting is going on. The pineapple is already assembled, and we see here some yellow parts are assembled from the border, and also the big face of SpongeBob is, well, they're currently working on that and having that. And when we turn, we come to our leaders, how to lose a piece in 10 hours. And we have what we see here is that some parts can be easy sorted out, like the red flower or the blue flowerish sections, and also the bottom of the pot or vase, the orange um, times, orange parts, and they are working also on the greenish parts. And when we go just here, you see the orange flowers also done. And the next team we have here is Solvers of Chaos, which and they are on the third place. And we're seeing they have managed to done really good, or they have done good progress since we were last time here. So most of the colorful part in the center of this puzzle is done, and then the blue mess, I would say, is coming into play, and they have to assemble that. But they're working on that also, and we see some of the colorful parts in the blue area is done, like the character on the top right corner of SpongeBob. I don't know the name, sorry, I'm not a SpongeBob head. And but also one of the animals and flowers in this bluish watery section are done, and we can see that there. So they are doing really, really good. Sorry. And now coming to Rainbow Puzzlers, they also doing the flower puzzle by Yaoi Kusama from KS Games, and we can see here that Kati is working on the bottom part, the red one, the red part, assembling the bottom, and we can see that here on the that the orange flower is already assembled. Then some of the blue parts is or are assembled. Here we can see that here, so that is looking good. And yeah, and now we come. Oh, sorry. Now we come to Unicorns and Friends, working on the SpongeBob puzzle, and we can see they all also have done really good parts on big sections of SpongeBob and the colorful surroundings, and working also on the flowers in the water or sea, I would say, and having here that. And when we turn, we have the next team. die Namen flohen, and they are also working on this SpongeBob puzzle, and they have done also big section or most of the center of this puzzle, and now working some of them are working on the border of this puzzle, and the others just figuring out the colorful parts of the center. And on the top we can see that they already also have assembled some of the animals which are floating in the water, and also the flowers. But there are also a lot of dark blue pieces, so water pieces they have to assemble later on. That's now coming to the passionate puppet pass, who are currently in fourth place, but I think they will manage to get this puzzle done in the remaining time and then tackle the flower puzzle or the extra puzzle. So that is, they will finish that puzzle. So they have 37 minutes in here on this puzzle, and then they will tackle the extra puzzle, I think. And here we have a team working on the Frida Kahlo image, and they skipped the lavender muse puzzle. So it's perfect fit team, so perfect fit working on the Frida Kahlo puzzle, and then doing good progress with Frida herself, and now almost done that, but now trying to fill in the leafy greens, and later on also the black dark pieces from the hair and also from the animals in on the side from Frida Kahlo. Maybe we can see that here on the preview image. So there is an ape, and here is a cat, a black cat, and that is really hard to do. And we see here Speedy Posales and the team working also on the Frida Kahlo, and having completed the border, some part of the face of Frida, and also the turban. I think she's wearing with the silverish butterflies. And now we see here some pieces are picked up for sorting and assembling some sections of the puzzle. So great job, Speedy Posales. Just turning around to have a look at Three Dutch newbies, and Three Dutch newbies, they are working on the 500 piece Thomas Kincaid puzzle, so that's looking good here. And for newbies, they're doing a really good, great job, having fun. So I have met them yesterday at the open puzzle meetup in Trier, and they we spot puzzles, etc., and just having a chat. And yeah, it was really fun to get to know a lot of puzzlers and passionate puzzlers there. So doing really great here, the Swedish puzzle newbies. And here we come to the next team. I'm EJJ, and they work on the SpongeBob image. and I think they skipped it. Yeah, they skipped the Lavender Muse puzzle. So if they finish this puzzle, they have to then going on to the skip puzzle, and I think they could manage that. So here we see some part of the center of SpongeBob is are assembled, and maybe they will finish this puzzle in the remaining 37 minutes. So that could be done, but maybe it's also the last puzzle they work on. Let's see that later. And here we have Crazy Cats working on the Frida Kahlo puzzle, and just a few minutes in, flipping is done. The border is, I would say, 75% done, and and also the um, hair turban or so with the butterflies is also assembled, and they done that. And we see here some action on the face of Frida. So we see the face here, or the mouth is already assembled, and other part of the face is worked on. So like the other parts like the nose, etc. They are working on that. Now we see Team Pomodoro, and they're working on the Frida Kahlo image and doing good progress here. And they are done. So, but 36 minutes you have to go through, of 35 minutes, and then yeah, then you can have your break, or then you are done. And yeah, but they're having fun all the time here. So the vibes are good here, so that is really, really great. So we have Fit Happens working on the last pieces of the carpet market puzzle, and after that, a 500-piece puzzle comes into play. Maybe they will manage to do most of the 500-piece puzzle, or even can finish the 500-piece puzzle in the remaining 35 minutes and some, or 34 minutes and some seconds. We're looking just at this finish. Or their finish. So the last pieces are going in, 15 pieces remaining. And after that, okay. Yeah. So last pieces are going in here. Last maybe 8 pieces. So Fit Happens. 3 pieces, 2 pieces, and the last one. Congratulations, Fit Happens. And okay. Now they take a picture, and now they can crush that puzzle into the box and pull out the next puzzle, and that will be the Thomas Kincaid Lakeside Splendor puzzle. And we are lucky we can have a look at this puzzle. So it's a portrait puzzle. We can see that here. So we have a wooden cabin at a lake with some mountains and just some pass through it, so wouldn't pass through that. We come here to team the last piece. Last piece are working on the timeless treasure puzzle from Cherry Pathy, doing good progress on the cupboard itself. Some of the fruits are completed, the flowers are completed, and now tackling the plates and the shelves are also almost done. So that stands out. And when we look at the remaining pieces, I think they have yeah, half of that is the background, and the other half could be the plates and the other stuff in the this cupboard. And now coming to Team Hocus Pocus, and they are working on the carpet market, and 32 minutes left. So maybe they will finish this puzzle. Maybe they will can manage that or pull that off. And they have done the big or most of the big carpet done, and some of the darker sections on the top they already have done that, and also done the merchants. They are almost or almost not, but they're doing good progress there. And on the bottom, they have to fill in the colorful carpets, but they will manage to do that. So I'm excited how far they can do this puzzle in the remaining half an hour. So I think it's now, yeah, it's 31 minutes to go, and then the Puzzathon is then done. Okay, and now we have seen every team from front to back, and now we just check on our leaders and front runners how they are doing. And we see here team how to lose a piece in 10 hours, and we see that this is a tough one. You can sort the flowers out, and we can see that they are assembled and they are doing great here, but it's hard to do so. The other things, and even the big pot in the middle, the big, we see that the bigger circles, they are done good, but now we have on both sides the same sized circles, and that is really challenging to assemble. And we see here the bottom is also assembled, but everything looking almost the same, so that is really hard. And now we take a look at Rainbow Puppets, who are behind them and who have done the bottom part of this puzzle, and also the flowery section, the blue section is done, and also now working on the big yellow vase. So that is, and now we're going to our currently third place. Here we have Solvers of Chaos, Solvers and Chaos, and they are done. And they did this puzzle in 1 hour and 4 minutes, and now they are tackling the bonus puzzle, so the tiles game floor puzzle. So that is amazing what they are achieving. And now we come to our fourth place here, the passionate puzzle part, and they are also doing great here. And I think in the remaining time they can finish that off. And we get from our thumbs up. So they also think that they can pull that off. And yeah, we have 28 minutes left, so I think they will finish that and also tackle the bonus puzzle. And yeah, they're confident. I like that. That is really good, really great. Okay. And now we taking a look at the unicorns and friends, and they are also working on the SpongeBob puzzle, but they skipped one puzzle, so have that in mind. You can always check the results on the puzzle Speed Puzzle EU website on the side of from the Puzzathon. There you can see which teams are working on which puzzle, and you can see that and see which team skipped which puzzle. But I think here Unicorn and Friends will finish this puzzle in the remaining 27 minutes or so. Some of the bluish parts are already assembled, like the flowers and stars. And yeah, I think they will finish this puzzle and then tackle the Lavender Muse. That was the puzzle they skipped. Now coming to the Namenslosen. Just I just have to turn the camera, and here we see they are pretty they are ahead of the Unicorn and Friends. Mm, but not so many pieces, so that will be also quite interesting to see how many pieces they are in front in the end result. But they will finish also this puzzle, and then they have to tackle the Lavender Muse, which they have skipped, but they will definitely finish here the puzzle and then going into the last puzzle for them, the Lavender Muse. Source of Chaos here sorting, but now we're coming back to how to lose a piece in 10 hours, and just check how they approach this puzzle. And we see Teresa working on that yellow base, and it's quite challenging. You can see that we're some minutes off and have shown other teams, and not so good progress were made because it's a really hard puzzle here. So and but we see here that some of the borders is connected now, so that is also really or done great here by that team. And now coming back to the rainbow puzzles, and here we can see that some of the also the orange flower is ready, but now also the bluish and wet the red flower is done, and Kat is working like Teresa on the tough vase with the black circles on it, and it's really hard to put the pieces in. We have two of the best puzzles in the world tackling this section of the puzzle, and it's really hard. You can tell when these two are struggling. So some parts of this puzzle were quite good to assemble, but now both teams are really stuck on that part of the puzzle. And 24 minutes left. We can say that they don't have to run over to the first puzzle again. So we're coming back to Teresa and her team. So the lose piece, how to lose a piece in 10 hours. I don't think that they will be able to finish this puzzle, but maybe they are going to prove me wrong. But maybe you can write in the chat if they can pull that off with that hard puzzle. But I think what we see here with the yellow circled vase that is really, really hard to assemble that on. So maybe we just rearrange the angle so that we can see from the other side, from both teams at least, what they're working on. And yeah, we see the big yellow vase in the bottom or at the bottom of this puzzle is a tricky part. And when we change here, we see the background. That is all the background we see on this other tray. So I don't think that is capable of assembling that in the remaining 22 minutes or so. So they just have to look how far they come. But I'm confident that we will see a finished border on that puzzle and seeing great progress in the next 22 minutes. But I don't think that the background will be assembled fully. And we see here the rainbow puzzlers tackling this hard puzzle. So maybe just take a look on to Solvers of Chaos who started this puzzle. And what we can see here is that they also choose like how to lose a piece in 10 hours, that they don't want to have the background with the yellow lines on the table, and they separated that from the other parts like the greenish tiles and the blue one, orange one. And I think they also swapped out the all yellow pieces. So everything yellow, except for some pieces, they decided to not have that on the puzzle. And now I think we can go to the passionate puzzle pause and seeing them or seeing a finish here soon. So 20 more minutes and they will tackle the bonus puzzle. We just checked if the passionate puzzle players have the puzzle, the bonus puzzle, but Michelle is bringing it here, and yeah, that will be the next puzzle they have to tackle, and then and we will stay here on that, but maybe we will see a finish before that from the nameless puzzlers. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. And here we see, I think it's close, but I think Dynamit Losen will finish the SpongeBob puzzle before the Passionate Puzzle pause. But have in mind, the Dynamit Losen have skipped one puzzle, so Passionate Puzzle pause are ahead 1,000 pieces. So, but we will just watch the finish of that puzzle. So maybe 20 to 30 puzzle pieces left. And I just look around passionate puzzle balls, maybe 30 to 40 pieces left. And before we see a finish, maybe here we can also look at the unicorn and friends. I think they can finish this puzzle too in the remaining 18 minutes. It will be tough, but they can do that. So I think here we have our fifth place, the die Namenslosen, and having 15 pieces left. And 10 pieces left. And you can see that it's really tricky with all the bluish puzzle pieces. There are some water bubbles on that in detail. Maybe you can see that there are some puzzle pieces, there are some water bubbles on, and they are done. Yeah, yeah, they have, yeah, and the personal, no, Namenslosen, they have to tackle now the Lavender Musk Muse, Lavender Muse, sorry, I mispronounced that. So they have to tackle that, but here we have our fourth place. And in the background we have Caribou with I Can't Do Without You playing, so a team song. And we see here the Passionate Puzzle Pals, and I think 15 pieces left or so. And then having 15 minutes to work on the flower puzzle. So 7 pieces, 5 pieces, 3 pieces, 2 pieces, and done. And they did it in 1 hour and 3 minutes and 47 seconds, and now and done. Take look at the stem, and now they unwrapping that, and working now here on that looking pretty puzzle but tough puzzle. So let us see how our two front runners are doing. So here we see the border is done. So the border is done. The bottom part is done, and the except for the green flowers and also flower part, everything is done. But some pieces on the base are missing, and also some greenish parts. Just having a look at that. And now coming here to the rainbow puzzles. And they haven't done the border yet completely, and also work on the greenish flower parts here, and having overall some less pieces, I think, but it will be a close race. So I think How to Lose a Piece in 10 Hours is ahead, but not so many pieces. So we have 13 minutes left, and that will be a close race. And here we have Solvers of Chaos just to check in the third place. Okay, they have done the bottom border, so the wet one, the wet flower, the orange flower. Some of the bluish parts are assembled by Steffi, and yeah, they're doing that. And just to have to check on other teams here as well, like the Puzzle Unicorns, which can pull off the finish in the remaining 12 minutes. I think they have done a lot of the border, and some bluish parts are missing yet, but I think they can manage to have a finish here and then taking on the Lavender Muse puzzle. And just checking around on other teams how they do here. Like I'm EJJ, they, and here we're having some team photos and fun. So here we see I'm EJJ having that, or the crazy cats working on this Frida Kahlo puzzle, and also some cheering up here, and really, really great here. And here we have Team Pomidor, who you were able to come with 6 people and 4 only puzzles, but Team Pomidor, they are only 4 people, so they come to 4th. So really, really strong performance of them to doing puzzling 10 hours straight, only just using the restroom, coming back and having cake on the table while puzzling, etc. So they have strong endurance and did a great job here. So here we have Fit Happens, and we see in the last 10 minutes a finish. It will be tough for them in the 11 last minutes to have a finish here, I think, because the bottom isn't there any big sections completed yet. But maybe we'll see here finish from the last piece here on that timeless treasurers puzzle. 11 minutes in, and Team Hocus Pocus, maybe they will have a finish also on the carpet market in the remaining 10 minutes. Just checking on other teams quick, because we want to see how the front is doing. And here we see rainbow puzzles. And here we see how to lose a piece in 10 hours. And here we have London Puzzles and Associates. And oh, we are here, we have a finish. So congratulations on that. And now I think it was the Northern Lights, right? Yeah, the Nordlichter. They managed to do the KS Games puzzle carpet market, and now they will have a 500-piece puzzle, Thomas Kincaid Lakeside Splendor, and they will tackle that. Here we have deluxe puzzlers working on Frida Kahlo, this is the name, and here we have Spillfabrik. It's 8 minutes or so. Maybe they can pull off a completion here on that puzzle. Maybe. Then we have another team here working on the 500 piece puzzle. And here we have another team. And here also. And here we have also some teams just to show every team before we go for the finish. Again to the front runners. Just we see here the beachfront puzzle and here the Rhein-Wedler puzzles with finishing on the garage tunes puzzle, but I don't think they will able to finish here in the last 7 minutes, but maybe they can pull that off. And so I had just to grab a sip of water, and now we see Thorsten, Ruji's husband, just also filming. I think streamed on Ruji's Instagram account. I think, and here we see how to lose a piece in 10 hours, finishing strong on that puzzle. They won't be, but they're doing the background now and some of the greenish parts, and it's 6 minutes left. So just take a picture on here and then we will switch to the Rainbow Puzzlers and Team Rainbow Puzzlers. Looking good here, also having more done of the greenish parts, I think, than how to lose a piece in 10 hours, but haven't done the border assembled fully. But when they have three more pieces together, even if it's not on the puzzle, they also count. So we have to see that. But I think they are in second place, and here we have Solvers of Chaos in third place, just having finished some the red part, or tackling the red bottom part, having almost done the bluish flower parts, and so on, and coming back to our front runners. How to lose a piece in 10 hours. They are in the lead, and they will take the victory, I guess. 4 minutes left. Just trying to finish strong. They completed almost now the yellowish part from the base on the center section of the puzzle, and having that, just switching over to rainbow puzzles again. And here we see that some part of the puzzle could be in the puzzle. here we see. And we have 3 more minutes to go here, or 2.5 minutes now. Coming in, this cool event coming to an end in almost 2 minutes. Maybe just take a look what the passionate paddle pals on place 4 are doing. So they're having fun here with the flower puzzle, and you can see
Okay, people, there's 2 minutes left. Less than 2 minutes. So every piece counts. Just try and connect as
okay,
much as you
2 minutes
can.
left, and here we have
Okay? Because
some
every
pieces
piece
left, maybe
is
well,
everything.
30 to 40 pieces left.
So this is
Maybe
going to count as completed part of the puzzle. So
they
try and
will
connect as many
manage
pieces as
here,
you
the
can.
Swedish newbies, they will maybe manage to get this puzzle done.
You still have, yeah, a minute and a half to
Minute
go.
and a half, okay. Just take a look at again at how to lose a piece in 10 hours. So I think they're in lead, but it's close. Maybe we'll see a finish here. But we should take a look again at the rainbow puzzle and how to lose a piece in 10 hours, just to have a look on their finishes. So here we see a 5, 4, 3, and the game Puzzathon in Trier is done. And it's a close battle between how to lose a piece in 10 hours and Rainbow Puzzlers. Now the counting will start, but good job from every team here, or from le- every level. And
More than half of you are completed. Let the winners know.
okay, Fuji is just announcing that every team has to count the assembled pieces, and then so that then we can have the final results if they the teams, and see then how many pieces were done in total for each team, and also in total here at this event with the 26 people. So I say thank you for tuning in for this Puzzathon and watching the live stream, and just have a look on the final result on our website. Maybe we have a look at the counting. So here from the how to lose a piece in 10 hours. So we take a look here. How many pieces are left? 300. Okay, and now how to lose a piece in 10 hours set. They have assembled 364 pieces. And come back to Rainbow Puzzlers. Wie viel habt ihr? So, Rainbow Puzzlers have missing around 300 pieces or 600. And here we have the winner with 300 pieces missing. And congratulations. And with that, we have the third place, just going quick through here, Solvers of Chaos. And then we have the fourth place here, the Passionate Puzzle Pals. They are fourth. And with that, thank you very much for tuning in. The 11 hours, the 10-hour marathon, these 3 live streams we did. So, yeah, how to lose a piece in 10 hours won, and second place Rainbow Puzzlers and Solvers of Chaos in third place. Thank you for tuning in, and have a nice Sunday evening or morning, depending where you live. Thank you, and